ke go amogele motswana wetso back to the sports basket jaaka o itse gore yo hano ke video ya la go tesha dai di ba pile mme ga ke no see as usual ke na le the usual suspect Rabin Nicole Takala my brother weekend ngwa drama yana ke tsoro wena no e bona ya
usual suspect that's not a man feet an interesting weekend.
Where do we start?
I have no idea. There's one topic that I'm looking for.
I'm sure even our viewers at home are very eager and actually want to hear what we're today. Let's look into the news. It has been a very impactful weekend. A lot of activities going on, and I want to take something it's on the top of our breaking news. Rebona elo gore Tottenham Hotspurs ba tswa go gagana le mokatiso a bone Jose Mourinho ke monwelo he was in charge after 17 months me re bona elo re ba gagana le ena after a run of poor results e be re bona elo gore during that time Jose Mourinho ali the head coach ya Tottenham Hotspurs he was in charge for 86 games re bona a winner 45 games draw 17 games, loser 24 games. So the special one, go ahead, you look at the special one, go Tottenham.
I read a headline. I just didn't go into the details of the article. It just read special one no more. And I thought, are they saying just by the special one has been sacked again. Again, I was like,
so, and looking at what they let the coach go, Spurs but as top as Manchester City got the 25th April, the Carabao Cup final. So he leaves at a time they are going towards the cup final, and I'm sure the Spurs fans they were looking towards the final. But maybe back a imagine kana have to baba child about the trophy cabinet ile role.
But I'm asking myself here at the top of my head, is it a good idea to get rid of a coach towards a cup game, or are they looking at some internal issues? Exactly. It might be best for their team to go in there without a head coach compared to Hana. It was a losing situation. It was best finally
so we'll see where he lands next time. There's an issue I'm sure even our viewers at home an issue it's on top of their head, the European Super League. The internet everywhere, the European Super League, wherever you go, the media outlets. The European Super League it's a league in a 12 teams. Those teams are Chelsea, Manchester United, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, Liverpool, AC Milan, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, Juventus. So what they call a breakaway league by the competition with their own facilities, their own funding, their own sponsors and everything like that. And this issue is an issue it received backlash from the fan, even UEFA and FIFA as well. So just give me your thoughts on the European Super League.
Now, let them be. I mean, even if you look at the midweek schedule, they're eyeing it. It's open. It's free. They have the money to travel from one place to the other. They have the technical ability for athletes to recover from game year Tuesday, game year Wednesday. They have that. They have the scientific basis to be able to mitigate that. Let them be. Competition, but you how a level is UEFA Maya Super League. And if you're looking at the backing, JP Morgan is a financial giant, and it's a huge backing the Super League.
And even when you talk about UEFA, Nerabona the UEFA president Alexandra Seferini saying, I'm sure we saw a responder to the teams that are going to engage in this breakaway tournament. The players they face chance of being banned from playing in the Euros. e be re bona gore even now FIFA be bua gore we won't recognize the European Super League. Ibile, if players go to the extent of participating, they are going to be banned from playing at the World Cup, playing international competitions. So it's a dilemma for the players, for the associations, for UEFA, for FIFA, even for the Super League squad. But I'm sure Habaro Balako Valentin.
One journalist talks now the UEFA president is on panic mode. Hart and Agu are the presidents in response to announcement there Florentino on the Super League.
Yes.
But he's on panic mode because Ghana we are getting no bonahore. Ghana they were planning who change the way UEFA Champions League starting from season year 2024-2025. They're planning on changing it. But now the planning stage Super League
pops up.
And Super League the plannings are in billions, you know, they're talking about uncapped salaries. You know what UEFA we have capped salaries.
Yes, where you monitor.
But the Super League is here saying
I'm sure even our Babukhedi Kolapim Bakabata Holatela Mokhanyunia, the Super League. Just let us know what you think. Drop a comment. Let us know when a Super League we born. Now, I want us to zoom in back and locally. What local news do we have? A major decision from the Botswana Football Association. They decided to nullify the 2020-2021 season. That season it has nothing. And then on top of nullifying the 2020-21 season, they return to play proposal the relevant authorities, the Ministry of Sports, Youth Empowerment Development, the Ministry of all along this proposal is about. I don't know what are your thoughts on this matter?
After more than a year, and right now we are saying we are submitting a proposal.
We're still submitting.
We're still submitting.
So,
what are we submitting? Are we submitting the first proposal? Are we submitting amendments? Are we submitting recommendations? What exactly are we submitting? As though the first proposal after more than a year, without playing, without earning a living.
And even I'm sure even the fans are eager as well because when are we going back to the stadiums? Even the athletes when are we going back to work? Because now taking another look at other local news, the women's the women's cafe it's a competition is coming up. It's a tournament is going to take place from October towards December 2021. From Botswana Prisons 11 Botswana mo the women's CAF and Prisons Ladies FC is a very good squad even from the national team as well. You can see the representation here in the Prisons, so we can wish them the best. They're going into a competition like this. Other elite women's teams in the region and Africa as well.
I'm wishing them all the best and I'm hoping they're right on the momentum.
Yes.
Equal rights, equal opportunities, you know.
Yes.
I hope they'll be given the same recognition, their male counterparts when it comes to international competition. This is a big thing.
Yes,
you know. Who motivate so then I can play
at the highest level. At the highest level. Now I want us to shift a bit international athletic news. The American sprinter Christian Coleman, who is actually the defending world champion, the title that he won in 2019 at the Doha Championships. He was banned from participating. He failed to declare his whereabouts. As an elite athlete, all the time WADA requires you to update your whereabouts. If there are any tests point A kana ko point B, the procedures and he was banned for 2 years. He appealed that decision. His suspension from 2 years to 18 years. So that means he won't be available for the Olympics. they'll be going on ka di 23 tsa July to the 8 tsa August. A big blow for United States. Really bile gore Christian Coleman is a powerhouse when it comes to the 100 meters.
Well, yes, a big blow to the United States, but also at the same time, at the level of competition, Coleman, level of professionalism that I had hoped, how do you miss 3 drug tests?
Standard, which is standard procedure actually.
Standard procedures. How do you miss 3? Not 1, but 3. I would understand if you missed 1. Yes, but how do you miss 3 consecutive drug tests? How? What are you hiding?
So
that's.
So it means you won't be eligible to compete in the Olympics.
He won't.
So during this time, for him and his managers and his team as well, we can just hope that he's a very upcoming athlete. He's someone who, when he gets onto the field, you can see what he works for, and we can wish for that same level of intensity. I want us to take another look at athletics news as well. The return the Diamond League. May 23, 2021. The Diamond League United Kingdom. And the Diamond League for our athletes locally, right? So the competition compete professionally. We would say that we would assume the likes of your Nigel Amos, the likes of your Christine Botlogo, so you hope for born in the Diamond League, but the Olympics July.
Finally, finally the Diamond League is back. But I'm just a bit worried here. Diamond League most of our athletes, they've been dormant. Most of us are training now. And Diamond League and I'm a bit worried. We might find out that by the time Diamond League towards the Olympics, all of our athletes football.
And you're mentioning something that's very important. The intensity at training is not the same intensity at competition. So they may be training wherever they are, but when you get to the international standard, other international athletes they're competing meeting week in, week out, and Ronaldo just training hella. So the level of competition, like we know, the Diamond League is the highest. Premier creme de la creme of athletics. So if at all we'll get any athletes who go on to represent us at the Diamond League. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Sports Basket. The viewer at home, and right now we're just going to take a look at the results from all the activities that were taking place over the weekend. Starting off with the Premier League results, Everton, Tottenham Hotspurs 2-2, Newcastle, West Ham United, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Sheffield United, Manchester United, Burnley. We had we had another results from the Nedbank Cup. Chipa United in Pretoria Kaliska 1-0. Chipa United they booked themselves a spot at the final. We saw an upset. We saw a result in Nelson Alpe. Chakuma Samarivanzila. Sundowns on penalties 6-5. The biggest upset of the tournament.
Hagito, should we say, is this the biggest upset of the pandemic?
Have
we seen any results like this?
A penalty from the spot after coming on as a second half substitute. So TTM defeating Mamelodi Sundowns. Out the final we have Sakuma coming up against Chipa United.
Interesting, and it's high time we start seeing the underdogs. The top tier teams that
le bone ba tsholetsa letsogo.
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting final. I'm looking forward to it.
And it's an equal chance for Unichipa United le TTM because equally they have an equal chance ya gore ba ka fenya yone cup ya the Nedbank Cup.
Looking at it, just from the onset, everybody had already made it clear, no, whoever wins between Sundowns and Orlando Pirates
will go all the way, eh?
The silver way.
But how therefore?
Now all chance are out.
All chance are out.
This is building up to be one of the most interesting finals. It was unexpected. So
yes. And then taking a look at tennis results now, world number 5 Stefanos Tsitsipas actually won the Monte Carlo Masters after defeating Andrei Rublev 6-3, 6-3. And for Stefanos, something saying winning a major title is always good, and it's actually always good for an athlete.
Milestone achieved.
Yes.
From Monte Carlo, who knows what's next?
And even in tennis, an upset the likes of Novak Djokovic, le bona ba tswala konte. So Haritsu results say that upsets ka hale ka.
Football has no there. Sport has no there.
Sports all round. Sports all round. World number 1.
It's clear cut.
Doesn't work like that.
It's a good thing,
And now taking a look into Formula 1 results, it was a very eventful weekend in sports all in general. In pole position, Max Van Steppen wa Red Bull that Formula 1 in the first time a winner in Italy. And then in position number 2, Lewis Hamilton. After crashing Hamilton, he actually fought back to make a comeback. Omo position number 2, and then in position number 3, Ribona from McLaren, Norris, Lando. And then taking a look into MotoGP news, the return of Marc Marquez Honda Repsol team. He unfortunately finished in position number 7 after coming back from a long injury layoff. And then South Africa's Brad Bender also in position number 5, and then in position number 1 in Elie Quattararo. So for Marc Marquez, I'm sure he'd be very excited to get back on the circuit.
As much as he's excited, as much as I'm excited to see the doctor return. Honda Repsol is back. Yes, position 7 is not a good position for him, but let's bear in mind, he's been out for almost a year.
For a while, yes, for a while.
He's been on the shelf, he has not been training, so let's wait and see what he does on the next one.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
So, but he's back.
And then looking into hockey news, hockey results, remember our team in the hockey tournament in South Africa. Not a very good tournament for our team, but we can always pick to the positives and the negatives. Our national men's team and women's team never in that tournament in 3 nations, Africa Borwa, Namibia, Botswana, but in position number 3. And in on the men's category, South Africa Borwa in position number 1. And in the women's category, Namibia, number 1. Mo eleng gore tlhopha tse pedi tseo sa Africa Borwa le sa Namibia ba to ba emetse the continent of Africa at the Indoor World Cup ya hockey ka 2022 February the 2nd to the 6th. So for South Africa and for Namibia representing Africa, we can really wish them the best. And for Team Botswana, Totahela, when it comes to hockey, South Africa and Namibia, they're the best when it comes to hockey. So like I say, we can always observe such this from the positive side. For our team, they went and they got something from this. Looking at the results were not so good.
The results were not so good at all. I hope that we learn something from this. I hope we learn that you don't just wake up and say, I'm going to play in a major tournament like this one, especially stakes were high. It was a qualification for
for the
game. So the results disappointing, but they did their best.
And
looking at the situation in
yes,
they haven't been playing, but they tried. I hope we can help them to do better next time.
Yes, and we can say it's back to the drawing board for
Yes.
the Hockey Association ba kgona hore ba ithulaganye and map a way forward.
Yeah.
Me motswana wetso Oscar boela Oscar ya hope we're going for a short break, and after that we bring you the dialogue and our interview for the day. Re go tshwaretse dikgang tse dintsi jaaka o itse. We're going for a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Sports Basket, and like I had said before, we have a very interesting interview, a very interesting dialogue for you today. Le moeng wa rona me ke tamha sebaka ate ai a go ikitsise motswana wetso ibile ke te ke go sedimosetse gore te bore bua ka gaeng nna le moeng wa me se ke go for we ikitsise motswana go lapeng
era na ke bidwa ka go mosenyi
era
ke go ile ke tshameka sport thata
era
ha ke tswa mo primary school. I was quite competent in a number of sports.
Yes.
But fortunately hape ke ya go tsana go Zimbabwe where sports is the Bible.
Yes.
And then coming back with my energetic self ke boela mo Botswana ke heletse ke re ke a tshameka bolo nyana. Football was always my top sport.
Yes.
I ke re ke a tshameka ke a go di politiki nyana. I ended up ke tsena sekole ke a go dira business management go UB.
And ke rata hore you gave a very well spoken introduction about where you come from le gore go heletse yang gore bo le mo o ipita role in the sports industry role mo sportsing, and you actually mentioned something selo we were going to be talking about in our dialogue today. Re bua ka yone that aspect ya the sports management and administration, because gantsi we view sports hela ele something selo se recreationally is something selo se casual. Ke batla hore re sedimosetse mo go diko gae gore when we talk about the administration of sports gongwe re ka tsa se kai ke gongwe running a football club or running an athletics club, when we take hela the management aspects or the sports administration aspect, there are different skills tse gongwe re ka re involved. Re leba di skills di tshwana le bo planning, bo organizing and directing of roles. O ka sedimosa go le ka hela about botlhoko ba tsone the different skills that you find and you combine in sports administration.
In sports administration, people normally just focus on the playing aspect. Yeah, sport. But what can I say? I was a Newcastle supporter. So in 2009, I bought myself a ticket. Newcastle. And then, as part of the process, what I did was I went and visited the stadium. On that particular time, they informed us on match day there's over 3,000 people employed. Match, 190 minutes or 1 minute. So there were different elements that day.
Yes.
There was obviously the build-up. There's the media aspect. There was the huge broadcasting aspect. There were so many cameras around that thing. There's aspects of marketing.
Yes.
And then there's also aspects of this, initially the main career in sports was just to become a coach. But now even that coaching aspect has been broken down. There's physical trainers, there's physiotherapists, there's psychology.
It's broad now.
There's psychology also involved.
Yes.
And then naturally there's also event management.
Which also forms, and we can view the different components when it's they're actually involved in sports. And when we talk from the sports management or sports administrative perspective, the issue is about planning. But talk about planning when you are in an organization. Let's say, for example, you are at the Crowns. What was the importance of you planning the administrative roles or the duties in the team?
Basically, I'm from a course just now.
Yes.
For change. And one of the big phrases there was that if you don't plan, you're actually planning to fail.
Exactly.
So you need to be prepared.
Yes.
Planning puts you, you have a vision of what you want to achieve, and planning allows you to drive that vehicle towards that destination.
And for you to actually achieve your goals.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something that's very important, and we have a component it actually involves the financial aspect or the financial management aspect. Locally, finances is very disturbing. Is it the management aspect, just the general knowledge of the financial management aspect. So when we talk about financial management in an organization, it could be a football club, it could be a netball club, it could be a sports gym. What is really the importance of financial management and record keeping in running of an organization?
Like they say, if you don't measure something, how can you improve it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you need to take records.
Yeah.
But generally, I think more now, sports is we don't realize that there's the business aspect of
Yes.
it. And incidentally, sports management is a business
component.
eye. Yeah, it's a business. It's looking at sports through a business eye.
Mm-hmm.
So sports can actually carve out careers.
Yes. And yes. O ta intshwarela go tsena ganong o bua dikgang tse le gore ke a di rata tota ga o bua e re o buang ka reng ka bua mo se o se buang. You mentioned the issue of you once mentioned the issue of marketing in general. When you talk about sports management involving the business aspect, sports, that means there has to be an end product. Whether we are packaging football or reexes at the consumer, whether we are packaging netball or we are packaging swimming, electivity or package. But talk about marketing, but talk about sponsorship. But our the aspects so because we struggle a lot. The marketing aspect, sponsorships. Can you please highlight for us the importance of marketing and sponsorship?
But I'll take it from sponsorships. I mean, for sports to run, you really need sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsorship is the greatest revenue earner.
Mm-hmm.
Sports. As you mentioned earlier, there was the Super League.
Yes.
And you can see what it's a money into those sports. And those teams, they can't allow the game. For my dear, but marketing it's a key component.
Yes.
I mean, you need to remember again. It's about the fans and engaging the fans for about and then your sports should have a huge following.
Yes.
Now you need to go out to the fans, engage them. You need to have the game. You need to market your players to expose their quality so that they attract the crowds spending, and then sponsors will only be, everyone wants to be on the winning team.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure we can all agree, even our viewers at home can agree, we really need a paradigm shift from the way we perceive sport. We really need to see sports as an industry that actually contribute to the GDP, that can actually contribute to Hotokahaza Matselwa Abatu. And
but the place to start is making it part of the school curriculum.
Exactly.
Now, like I said, I've gone to schools where it was actually part of the
culture, and it builds a culture as well.
From standard 1 right up to form 4, there was always hours dedicated towards physical education. Like I said, I was like a tumble on gymnastic nets. I played basketball. I played rugby. I've swam. I can sit take a level at GSTV, get a level at cricket. I know what is going on. So if it's involved at the school level, and then that child grows with it. I agree, like they say, all work and no play makes Jack and elbow.
That's very true. True.
Kids need to play. They need to engage in sports. And as it grows, as they grow older, how it's gonna go once they're older and they have like policy or your company, because you would have played football or played netball earlier on. And an elite athlete, go CEO of the crowns. That memories of you growing up playing that sport, will help regarding getting sponsorships and stuff like that.
That's actually
Yeah.
very true. That's all we had for you today, where we talked about different components involved in sports management, the different technical skills that are involved, the different capabilities that you actually need to actually manage a club, to manage a team. And from me with Mr. Musinyi here, we actually brought you that very interesting aspect where we looked at the different components of what sports actually really involves. And he actually mentioned very key issues that it's actually more than just the technical part we see on the fields. There's actually a lot more that goes into sport. And from me, Shadai Dibapile and the Sports Basket crew, we'll see you next time. Mr. Msing.